I know this video is, I think, a day or two old at this point, but I thought it really represented an amazing red pill moment for the left. You know, for Democrats who are not cultists. You know, I think that it's absolutely crazy to think that there aren't Democrats that watch my videos, and for Democrats to think they're unwelcome here. You are. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I mean, I've said this many times before. I'll tell you this again. I'm a Trump guy right now, okay? But in 2028, I'm not going to just automatically vote conservative. That's not who I am. I'll probably vote third party. And I don't want my viewership to be an echo chamber either. So oftentimes a good litmus test is kind of like those reluctant, those closeted Trump supporters, which I think a guy like Dave Portnoy actually is. He knows that it's quote unquote bad for business in his world, but he had basically a legendary scorched earth meltdown that has almost 200,000 likes after the left installed Kamala Harris as basically the acting president, many people feel. And, you know, I felt like I could really relate to this. And I think a lot of other people can really relate to it too, because that's how it feels. And so we'll start with the article, this by Danielle over at louderwithcrowder.com. The Dems have some nerve to claim they are saving democracy by bypassing the most democratic process this country has, as they pathetically claim that it is intended to save the nation from literally Hitler. You don't have to be conservative to see how tyrannical this is, as Dave Portnoy is even calling out the madness. This is the thing. This is what I'm trying to... Look, I know it may seem futile, but I'm always trying to reach level-headed, free thinkers. Just because you voted for Joe Biden in 2020 doesn't mean I don't want you watching my videos. Doesn't mean I don't want to have a conversation with you and try to change your mind. You know, and I think that... Oh, actually, I'm going back to thinking about my libertarian comment. Certainly, the Libertarian Party is an absolute mess right now. So I guess I won't be voting Libertarian for something. But anyway, this is another reason why all is pathetic. These people had the choice to pick anyone else besides Sleepy Joe in 2020 or during primaries, but chose not to, while they claimed Republicans were conspiracy theorists when sounding the alarm on his decline. If I knew before the debate, and you knew I knew, and I knew you knew, and the media pretended to not know while knowing, then the Democrats obviously knew, still chose this path for a reason we may never comprehend. Well, I know why. They left Joe Biden sit there, stay in his role, because he lets them do whatever they want. He's the definition of, mom's out kind of thing. Like he's gone. So, mom's away, so people are doing whatever they want. I don't want Sleepy Joe to win, but they'll override the will of 14 million people, and they won't even pretend to care. I would almost feel bad for Sleepy Joe, except for the fact that he made his political career off promoting policies that have ruined so many people's lives, and because he deserves no sympathy, but the American people do, and it's not fair. I'm going to go to his video here. Now, there is some Dave Portnoy language here, but I think this video really represents an awakening of kind of moderate people out there that see, like if you're one of the 14 million people who voted for Joe Biden in the primary, how on earth could you ever justify voting for this, voting for these people? You just can't.
Okay.
This is his reaction to them installing Kamala Harris essentially through a coup.
I gotta do another rant here, and I'm gonna get, hey, pizza man, stick to pizza. Hey, sports guy, stick to sports. People are sending that. Hey, shut up, you're dangerous. Ironically, I'm sure the same exact people who were so outraged when I think it was Laura Ingrams told LeBron to shut up and dribble a basketball. They were so outraged by that. But now, when I'm talking, they don't like what I'm hearing. Stick to pizza. If you're an American citizen, you care about this country, you're always allowed to talk about what's going on in this country. So those people who are telling me, Democrats of all people, who are always the most intolerant, which is crazy, the extreme left, when they don't like what you're saying, it's suddenly shut up, no debate. So you shut up. Now here's this rant. Again, I'm a libertarian. I'm very much pro-choice. I don't agree. I'm not religious really at all. So there's a lot on the right I don't agree with.
By the way, what Dave Portnoy just said basically is most people in this country. Most people are not like hyper partisan politician people. Like, that's just when you're online, you think that. But what Dave Portnoy is talking about is that the person he's talking about is about 300 million people in this country.
But I hate the left. I hate the extreme left. And they are reminding me why I cannot vote for them. And I cannot vote for Kamala, because not even that they're trotting out Kamala now and they whacked Joe Biden, just like I said they were gonna. They trotted him out for the debate. The fact that they've hid for years that he was a head of lettuce from the American public. It's not that they go and say, hey, all these videos that the American people see of Joe Biden literally having a dementia moment and being out of it, deep fakes, not real. And then they just...
See, some people might say that I'm looking at this wrong, and that if they were this stupid to vote for Biden in the first place, then they'll be eager to vote for Kamala Harris. I think that is true for some of them, but this is literally the guy coming out, an example of a guy coming out and saying, I'm not voting for her because she was installed.
Reverse course and literally force him to resign by threats. Who knows what they said to him behind doors or what package they came up with. Pelosi, Obama, Clooney, all pushing this old man down a flight of stairs. Forget all that. They did it fine. They hijacked democracy. No other way to say it. You know?
Right there. Right? That's exactly it. And by the way, if you're watching this video today, remember I will be live streaming tonight at 7:30 Eastern for the Joe Biden step-down speech, too. So make sure to tune back in on Quartercast, my live stream channel, or on my Rumble channel.
Kamala, newsflash, ran for president in 2020. You know how many votes she got? Zero. She was so disliked and such a bad candidate, she didn't make it to the first primary. And I guess she's never going to have to get a real vote because she's been handpicked on purpose by the people who have been running Joe for the last 2 or 3 years. Now they're going to try to run her and trot her out. It's disgusting. It's a hijacking of democracy. They knew Joe wasn't fit before, and they waited. Fine.
They waited so RFK couldn't get in. That's what a lot of people say.
All that, fine. Take it with a grain of salt. For the Democrats, like a Rob Reiner, this is the tweet I saw of Rob Reiner that just sent me off. Democracy is saved. Kamala's running. And all these people now, Kamala, AOC, you just said it was a coup 3 days ago, AOC. Now, Kamala. The Democrats and the left, the way they on our face and tell us it's 80 and sunny is so infuriating. Just admit you hijacked democracy. Just admit you don't care. Mussolini or a head of lettuce was running against Trump. You hate him so much, you're willing to trample on democracy, steal the vote from the American public, the most supposedly important right an American has, the right to vote. You have stolen it from the Democratic Party. You have said you don't get to choose who runs for president. We do. A group of elite, small people are going to handpick and shove down your throat who you vote for.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, people may not like Dave Portnoy because he's not a pure conservative. That's your right. Okay. He definitely has a lot of dumb takes, but he's right here. He's 100% right here. And the fact of the matter is this tweet was viewed 5.5 million times. It has at least 500,000 to 1 million views. You think Dave Portnoy's fan is a bunch of rightoids? No. Most of his fans are apolitical people. That's who Donald Trump needs. Tim Young says, no one can refute what you said here. Kamala getting no votes and being installed is one of the main reasons people are ignoring throughout this, the things people are ignoring through this entire pile of trash. Colin Rugg, pulling off a coup in the democratically nominated candidate after 90% of Democratic primary votes voted for him is the opposite of democracy. I mean, there's a lot of normies that are seeing this. Yeah, there's a bunch of people on the right that are like, preach, man, preach. But this is like people waking up. Even BLM. It's literally the worst person makes a good point meme. BLM writes, again, about a black woman taking over. Sunday, Joe drops out. Kamala Harris announces campaign with Biden endorsement. Kamala says she's going to work hard to earn the nomination. Kamala makes calls to party delegates. Monday, Kamala continues making calls to party delegates. Kamala makes 2 public speeches. Associated Press announces Kamala has secured enough delegates to be the Democratic nominee Monday night. Kamala Harris releases a statement noting that she has worked hard to, quote, go out and earn this nomination as promised Monday night. A 24-hour process of talking to party bosses is not democratic, nor is it a process that Democrats should be proud of. We do not live in a dictatorship. Delegates are not oligarchs. Maybe BLM views her as Indian, and that's why they suddenly care. I don't know. Installing Kamala Harris as a Democratic nominee and an unknown vice president without any public voting process would make the modern Democratic Party a party of hypocrites. We call on the DNC to create a process that allows for the public participation in the nomination process, not just a nomination by the party of delegates. From BLM. From BLM. Sure, you're getting a lot of astroturfed. The polls are saying this. The polls are saying that. Everything's going, everything's turning up Milhouse for Kamala. Give it about a month. Because there are plenty of Democrats that people think that would mindlessly endorse Kamala that don't actually support a political coup.